What is up, guys? Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding, of course. And today is going to be a long, hardcore, hard-working leg workout. Starting off with the hack squats, one of the best leg builders out there. Tom Platz, who had the best golden era legs ever, even to this day, some argue, I would argue. He only used to do squats and hack squats for about an hour, and that's basically all he would do. Sometimes he would add in a leg extension or a leg curl, but mostly it was the squats and the hack squats. And personally, to me, I think a stretch at the bottom is important. The downside of that is that you gotta have a flexible back as well, because the deeper you go, the more you will feel it in the back. I have this problem during the leg press. Some people have this problem during the regular squat or the hack squat, but when I stretch this deep, I have seen so many more improvements in the quads, the size, the flexibility and everything, the cuts. It's much better. So when you're able to go deeper than parallel, you should, but you should not sacrifice your back for it. So you should be, flexible enough in the back. But anyway, the hack squats. The girl that you're seeing right here is actually the daughter of the owner of the gym, and she also does competitions. She actually won the competition she was in last time, so she is more motivated than ever. But I gotta say, she really does train hard. As you can see, she goes past failure and she pushes us as well, so we will be training with her more often, because having a good workout partner is important. And me and Kane, when we work out, sometimes you just get in a groove of things and you don't push as hard as you could. Of course, we go beyond failure ourselves, but when someone else who doesn't really know your style of training comes in, like Glennis, that's her name, things change. You want to go beyond what you can normally do. And when someone else is there, it's more motivating to do so. So we're already going pretty heavy on the hack squat, still going pretty deep, as you can see, because a lot of guys have trouble with their knees, but that's not because they're going too deep, it's because they are trying to catch the weight by not allowing them to go past parallel. So you basically get a shock at your legs every time you go down. But when you allow your legs to go deeper, then you allow your knees to actually not absorb the shock, because you simply use the stretching fascia of the muscles to push you back up. And that's what you want to do. Now this set is actually a drop set, and you can see basically this is the last set. I rarely show this on a video, but it's the three of us now, so we're able to film it and you can actually see how far we go. It is important for me to show this on the channel that we do train seriously, because I advocate going beyond failure to people, but this is what it truly means to go beyond failure, and she is the perfect example of actually going all out. She really goes past failure here. She already did on the first set of the drop set, and then again during the second set of the drop set, which, is exactly what you should do. Her next competition will be in April, so I'm excited to see how well she'll be doing, but I'm pretty sure she will score amazingly, because she is working hard for it, as you can see. But yes, guys, this is what the channel is all about. When you look at the videos, at the pictures, at the footage of the golden era of classic bodybuilding, it's not just about the art of bodybuilding, but it's also because of the work you have to put in to actually obtain such a physique. You have to want it, you have to love it, you have to actually have it as a goal. Then you will have to do anything in your power to obtain it. So This is my drop set using pretty heavy weight. Almost going to failure on the first set, doing at least 10 reps. And that's a nice thing of having someone else with you training. She's just gonna say, you're gonna do this many reps. And she doesn't know beforehand how many reps I could do. And if she says do more reps, you know, than I can actually do, I still have to do it. Because I'm not gonna give in, now am I? This is what Arnold used to say. One of the most important things you should have when working out and being serious about it is a good workout partner, because that partner will push you beyond your limits. They will make sure that you're not slacking off in the gym, and when that happens every single workout, even if it is only 2 or 3 reps more, if you multiply this by 300 because you worked out 300 times and pushed yourself that many times more, you will see an incredible difference, a drastic difference in your physique. Even when you think you hit a plateau, if you keep pushing yourself like this and combine it with enough rest, good nutrition, you will be amazed by the results, guys. You have a lot more potential than you realize. Alright, and since hamstrings are my weak point, and basically the hack squat going that deep also includes the quads and hamstrings more, I like to combine it with something like a lying leg curl, which is an isolation exercise for the hamstrings. And what you can see me do right here, I actually have the pad that's on my calves a little too low. It should be a little higher so I have more space, because it's already bumping against my hamstrings here. But what you want to do is keep constant tension on the hamstrings. So when you go up, you want to be able to contract the hamstrings, and when you go down, you want to feel the stretch. Every exercise you do consists of 2 conscious feelings you must have in the muscle: the contraction and the stretch. If you don't feel the one or the other, you either go too heavy, go too fast, or your form is off. So make sure that you feel those 2 every single time you do an exercise. And that's at least one way to tell whether you're doing the exercise right.
Let's go. Nice.
And what we are about to do here is, as you can see, the Tom Platz set. He didn't have good legs for no reason, because he did apply certain things. When he did do the leg curl like this, he made sure to apply a very specific technique to get the most out of the exercise. He knew that the hamstrings grow most effectively when under stress during the negative repetition, the negative portion of the rep. And that's what's happening right here. Kane is pushing the weight down while I am trying to hold the weight up, and that is called a forced negative, because I could hold it up if I wanted to, but Kane is pushing it down, so that means the muscle fibers are forced apart, and that causes growth, especially in the hamstrings, which is actually scientifically proven. And combine that with this exercise, which is better than the seated leg curl and the standing leg curl. It has the most, it involves the most muscle fibers in the hamstrings. That'll just cause the best growth in the hamstrings, guys. Mine have already improved a lot. There's still a weak point, but if you keep being consistent like this, as you can see, really apply proven techniques, you will see progression wherever you want it. So to explain this set, just to be sure, you have to do as many reps as you can using a weight that you can at least do 10 to 12 reps with, and the moment that you fail You know, you have to go to failure. The moment that you fail, your spotter pushes the weight all the way up so that your hamstrings are fully contracted, and then you have your spotter slowly, with not too much force, push the weight down so that you can feel your own hamstrings contracting very hard. You have to really try your very best to get the weight up, to keep it up, and that way you will feel your hamstrings burn like never before. Alright, time for another compound exercise, the leg press. Now, I like to have my positioning on the pad with my feet at least shoulder width apart, because I want to work on the sweep of the quads, and the more narrow your positioning is, the more you work on the sweep or the outside of your quads. But right now it's about shoulder width for me, so it kind of works the teardrop, the inner side of the quads, and the sweep at the same time. It's a very nice combination with the previous exercises, the hamstring curl and the hack squat, because you're already pretty much pumped in your entire legs, and that way you will feel your muscles work a lot better during the leg press, especially when you are nearing failure. You can literally feel the muscle fibers crying out for help. And that's what you want to feel. You want to feel the burn. You want to feel the blood. You want to feel your muscles explode so that they die and resurrect the next morning a stronger muscle. And as I explained earlier, on the hack squat, which is actually next to this exercise as you can see, but the hack squat, you can go as deep as you want until you feel your back hurting or irritating or anything. But on the leg press, for me personally and for other people as well, when I go deeper than parallel, which means 90 degrees between the lower legs and the upper legs, when I go deeper than this, my lower back starts to round off, and when that happens, you basically are working your lower back as well, which, when you do heavy weights, is quite dangerous because your lower back isn't as strong as your legs.
Let's go.
Fucking die.
Je luistert naar je hoofd, hè? Naar je benen. Op. Kom op. Push. Makkelijk. Kom op.
Mop.
Op. Makkelijk. Oh.
Alright guys, it is time to get the most out of this exercise, which I'll be doing with 21s. That is 7 reps at the top, 7 reps at the bottom of the range of the motion, and 7 entire reps, and I added a few more reps to be able to get closer to failure and feel the burn in the quads. Because this is all about the burn. Usually when you go higher than 15 reps, when you're used to 10 reps, you will feel the burn, especially when you do something like 21s, hitting every single angle of the legs. The benefit of doing 21s is you can actually go deeper and hit more muscle fibers than when you actually end with a very heavy set. Sure, you overload the muscle more, but that doesn't mean you actually hit everything and you actually did not get most out of the exercise. There's still some more strength left in you, but the last rep was simply so heavy that you couldn't do it anymore. But beneath that rep, when you extract 20 kilos even, you would be able to do the rep, but now you weren't. So you have to go lighter, do more reps, to be able to get everything out of the exercise. And we finish up the legs with some leg extensions. So this basically was you know, a leg day where we trained the entirety of the legs. And that's mostly because it was a 3 of us training, we were pushing each other, so you want to do more than usual, and sometimes this gives us an impulse that will cause a lot of muscle ache, a lot of new growth. And you learn from each other, which is great. So I advise to you guys, when you see someone at the gym train seriously and they're alone most of the time, and you know you train seriously as well, just ask the person to work out with you sometime. I'm pretty sure that that person will appreciate it as well, because they watch you too. You both see each other working out seriously, and having a workout partner, having someone to spot you, having someone to push you is always a better thing than just going at it alone. Because right here is another example. The leg extension, usually you burn all the way through during the last sets or the last reps. By having someone there to push you and to help you just with those few extra inches at the top really pushes you beyond your regular threshold and will, you know, make you progress faster, make you a better bodybuilder than you were yesterday. And when you do this every day, as many times as possible, trust me, the progression, as I said before, will shock you. And this is the last set of the leg extensions. Again, just like the leg press. You can go lighter on the last set to get more out of it, especially on the leg extensions, because you can go even further by doing it with one leg. And I gotta do it like this, because otherwise my leg would be in the way of the one working. But as I was saying, you can go a lot deeper and a lot more into the muscle fiber if you have one leg to worry about as opposed to 2. And the leg extension, or even the leg curls, or any machine that you're able to do one leg with, same goes for the upper body, you will be able to go deeper and further than usual, and you can actually feel and get into the muscle much easier for people who are having mind-muscle connection problems. Alright, now it's time for calves. Always doing 2 exercises, and preferably one seated and one standing, because they both work different portions, different muscles of the calves in different ways. So combining them will give you the most complete calves of the world. Anyway, the first set I usually like to do very heavy, because you still have all your strength. So this is basically a heavy set using full range of motion, as you can see, going all the way down and all the way up, and then going as heavy as you possibly can using the full range of motion. And that will overload the muscle, that will shock the muscle, because it's not used to this load, it's not used to being under this pressure when using full range of motion. So that is one way to make your calves grow. As you can see right here, you have to go as high as you can, because a lot of people, they go heavy but they do half motions, and it's all on the joints. Your calves should be burning, nothing else. And now I am going to do the standing calf raise, and for me personally, I like to do the upper range of the range of motion right here, because I want to carve those details into my calves. The problem with having pretty big calves is that the details get lost. At least for me that is the case, you know. In the golden era, Arnold, the guys with big calves like Tom Platz, those guys actually have deep striations, deep lines in the calves, which I still need to develop. And that just, causes me to experiment a lot. And someone with big calves in the gym, who was actually doing competitions during the golden era, he told me to do this exercise like I just did, which makes me actually feel that both halves of the calves work, and feeling that split in the middle form, really getting a deep contraction. Anyway guys, that was a long, hardcore leg workout video. I hope you enjoyed it, hope you learned something. And I want to know what you want to see next in the comments, but what's coming for you next is of course the ultimate diet video, another Q&A, a full day of eating. I'll probably be doing some recipes as well, and of course the workout videos will always be posted. And let me know what you think of the vintage genetics clothing, and don't forget to stay golden.
Lightweight, easy.